But Sherry Birkin patrols again. And dare I say it, nobody is providing patrol for Malmö. Shouldn't there be a spare guard around here? I think I missed a spot. Unless I have a guard that isn't guarding. Can check though. Guards. Nope. We are missing one. Okay, but I mean I can detach a guard right now. 1, 2, 3. Who wants to be a guard? You know, Dennis, the... what are they called again? I think I'll call it Bandit Dennis. Killed us all, you bastard. Still, there we go. Hopefully the sailors just appeared here so I can abduct them straight away. And that's your patrol. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Be a long time before I forget that one, Dennis. Murdered us all. It's a pretty happening place around here, but where's our guard? There he is. Oh, but the Zworbam guard here is full, so that's promising. Flensburg is... the Tandy man is full as well. Maybe I did do the rest of these completely full. Nope, Red. Red is only full of himself. Stop that and get you shifted in. Okay, the people mover is almost completely out of hulks now, which is, well, it's been a good use of all those hulks. Rostock, though. You only have 2. But in a lot of them, having 2 of them is fine. I mean, it's kind of rare that we run into a situation where 2 is not enough. So I think we'll keep people mover as they are. And of course I'm going to shove them back to Nashved. Or I could ditch all the people they have right now over in Aarhus. Because I don't think Aarhus is ever going to be done until it's completely jam-packed with people. That AI bastard, he found a place for a house. And he put it right here. How did I not see that? Well, it's mine now. Nobody else is allowed to own anything in Aarhus. Which means I need to tear down a house because we need everything to be just perfect here. And this worker house is going to get it. I could sell it for 10,000, but no, it goes away. And I build a lovely large well here. Well, no need for wells it seems. Have a square. Nice. I think Jake has gone DDR insane. What makes you say that? Hey, today we've managed to perfect a city here. Aarhus. This truly is a perfect city. Doesn't need any guard towers. The chapels, wherever they are. Can't even see them. I really can't see them. In any case, infirmaries are fine, chapels are fine, large wells are fine. I don't even know what the squares do, but they're probably fine. And the rent is delicious. Almost covers all that overstocking that we do. And good, I got all that brick that I need, and boy am I gonna need it. So that means Aarhus and Haarlem are done, so we are 2 out of 40 for perfect cities. That is good. How many chapels do you need for each city? Well, thankfully it has a really useful pop-up. And it applies the same for infirmaries. So the increase the satisfaction of citizens in large cities, 1 chapel per 3,000 is sufficient. 100%. Same for infirmaries. And large wells. 1 large well does 9 houses. 1 small well does 3 houses. Huge difference between building large wells and small wells though, because small wells can fit into wee nooks and crannies. Like I bet I could not even fit one in there because no. But they can go into little places like that. Whereas large wells, they need big space for it. I mean, looking at it, what a nice place to be. It's a shame the buildings look so samey. We need more beer. We're low on beer. We need beer. So nice to see you. I think that's the guy that got all the beer. It's quite a beautiful frame rate eating city, isn't it? It annoys me that the frame rate is so bad because I don't even have all my graphics set to super maximum. Let's change that. Let's get some shadows in as well. I think it looks worse. What is with this? What's causing it to look so ugly? Probably the shadows. Is it the shadows? Maybe the shader level? Detail? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it started looking even worse. Oh well, let's keep it super maxed, why not? That beautiful, if extremely dark city. I can't even tell where the light is shining from, so it's really light on the warehouses and this side of these buildings, but over here it's grim dark and shining from here. I understand nothing. Can you build outside the penultimate walls, Jake? Penultimate? Why penultimate? I made the Aarhus wall to its super maximum. It doesn't get bigger than that. And yes, I could. It would be very difficult to do since I've jammed in so much into the city, but it would be possible. I don't want to, but I could. We've already shown off enough about how to do that though. Feel no need to follow that one up more. Alright, good. Jake, with the AI build in a glitched area, I won't know that until we see it in action. And I forget what the city is that I built outside the walls was. Can you remember? Because I can't. Probably not that important. Still, Novgorod is important. I need to build you up to super max, even if it's going to take forever for you to actually get that done. Brick Rostock 5 Eternal. Bricks for the east. Good. Okay, what do we need for all that? It needs a very certain shipping thing. The river cogs. Go to Rostock. Get bricks. Then get wood. And then sail off to Novgorod. And then we look at Novgorod and we think, okay, they need 610 dairies. No time like the present, right? Well, I mean, for one, these beekeepers have got to go. Could probably keep the ones at the top here just to keep it at 0%, but still. If you thought that demolishing those clay pits earlier on today was the most exciting thing we've had on the Patrician stream, we'll be glad to get a continuation of the demolish button. I think it's Bjorn, Metal Man Bjorn's favourite button. To reiterate, we will not be producing any honey here in Novgorod. Novgorod will 100% produce cheese for me. Also, we're making so much money that it's not going to be a problem buying out the AI anymore, which is is lovely. I mean, I'm sure in certain places where they've built up a lot, it's going to be financially ravaging, but we just make so much money that we get it all back. So these are frustrating to work with. Inefficient. But I can't undo the squares, it's not possible. If there is a way, please let me know. I will be indebted to you for a long time. Not forever, I don't work that way, but for a long time. Now, trying to do one of the hardest things in the game and work Novgorod up to the largest size it can be. Now, another thing to think is that the AI own 9 businesses that I don't want them to own. That includes this beekeeper. Oh look, they don't own it anymore. Oh, he's just gonna lip sync for a wee while. Let's not mind him. A hemp farm, a single hemp farm for 2 million. Grain farm 2 of 4 million. Yeah, sure, why not? And now he still has 3 businesses hiding. Probably dairy farms. There's one of them. Oh god, that was expensive. And he still has 2 more of them. He's full of hot air. 7 million for that one. We can't hear him, but I'm sure he's thanking me for developing his city. I mean, it would be rude to stop him now. I'm just going to let him keep saying his piece. Jake, this dev also apparently got to play with Port Royale franchise and made a game called Rise of Venice. Will you play that? I've played Port Royale. It's just this game reskinned for the Caribbean, and it's not very good. And no prizes for guessing what the situation with Rise of Venice is. This is the one I'm most interested in because I've always had a half chub for the Hansa. For quite a while, Lubeck was one of my favourite nations to play in Europa Universalis. I kind of like having Op there. I hope he stays for a long time. I got a weakness for hats. The bigger and puffier, the better. Just keeps going. Got a hand to the guy. He's tenacious. Jake, have you ever been to Lubeck? The inner city is really beautiful as well. I would love to go to Lubeck, which probably answers your question. I have not been to Lubeck. The only places in Germany I've been to are Cologne and Bonn. Loved them. I think I've been to Cologne 2 or 3 times? I forget. Okay, that was probably a bit inefficient, but it is what it is. Alright, how are we doing on the business front? We have almost done half of them. That bodes really well. I mean, look how much space there is still in this... Oh wait, no, that didn't count houses. It's gonna get cramped in here. We have done a fraction of the houses that we need. And Novgorod is going to be in constant need for building materials for a long time. Also, I still have some beekeepers here. Demolish. What do you think he's talking about? Whatever he has to say, he has a lot of it to say. Why Bonn? The museums are great, but besides that, well, I had a friend living there. And I was there for the Bonn Carnival, which was pretty impressive stuff. That was not the reason I went, but it was impressive to see. Yeah, I just thought Bonn was pretty nice. Not as nice as Riga though. Holy crap, I fell in love with Riga. Just that sweet, cheap Eastern European post-Soviet occupation tourism. It's so good. It's like, what's that? £1 for a massive beer? Don't mind if I do. I mean, all Riga jokes aside, it's a fantastic place, and I would love to go back. Alright, the businesses are finally getting somewhere. It's time to start thinking about houses, otherwise we'll not have any houses built by the end of it all. Maybe now he's going on about luring his tenants away. Apparently I'm not the first to try. There's no invisible parts where I can't actually build on here. And my money situation is looking just fine, so that's okay. So there's been, on the various fan sites for Patrician 4, quite a lot of information and people sharing their setups and that. But I'm thinking, what if it's all just a joke? Like, nobody actually does a perfect Hansa, because it's just such an autismal amount of work to do. Maybe there are some super Patrician fans that are just laughing their head off at the idea of somebody going through all this work. It's such a thankless thing to do. Well, hell, I'm doing it. And by the end of it, I'll have something beautiful to look at. Or I'll have snapped. Or I'll have been deported. World's full of possibilities. I'll give you that for free. Gotta finish those loops or else you'll have a very hard time trying to build anything here. Alright, I've done over a third of the houses that I need. Still tons of real estate to work with. Anyone here been to Novgorod? What's it like? Surely one of our resident Russians are about. I finished playing a Novgorod into Russia game this week actually. It was pretty fun, but I went tall. It was an interesting experience trying to develop those cold Arctic woodland provinces. But I made sure every single Russian province was at least 15 development, had a manufactory, and a workshop, and a university. You know, the whole shebang. Because why not? Gotta try different things. That guy's talking even more than I do. Igor Kalinin from Riga inhabitants. So far we're short 20,000 wood and 20,000 clay and 10,000 wood. Probably because he's dairy farm. No, actually dairy farms are less on the materials than I thought. Which is good news. Because it's not cost that's the issue, it's the materials. Alright, over halfway there. I really wonder if I could just upload the save and people can pass it around and do this. Work together to make these cities as they should be. Take an immense amount of trust though. And also it couldn't be done in parallel. Also, I'm pretty sure nobody in their right mind would be interested. It's okay as long as we got our little idol Igor there. Know a guy called Igor, but he sure ain't Russian or Regan. Well, Latvians. So I didn't mean to sound so disgusted when saying that. I would check to see how we're doing with this, but I'm certain we're no more than 450. Oh, jeez. We got a ways to go then. It would be nearly so bad if I could just hold down auto clicker and scroll over everything. But I can't do that because it would be very inefficient, and then there's no way I'd get the required amount of buildings in. That's an interesting shape. You know, I think what we have here is what's known as a minimum viable product. They made this city builder and they went, it works, ship it. They would have known that it's not very good. It's not possible that they could not have known. But it does work. And I'll be honest, it works kind of well. It's awful, but functionally, it's nae too shabby. I mean, I'm almost impressed by how well the snapping works. Except there's no space there. You could allow 1 or 2 people to join your game online and do the clicking for you. If you trust them. Who would join me in a Patrician game online? Anybody who would do that is probably liable to be sectioned under the Mental Health Act. Because they are crazy. Speaking of crazy, the demand for clay in Novgorod is going to be absurd. Don't really have construction materials as a trade good in EU4, do we? We kind of have naval supplies, which is an extreme simplification of many things, including hemp, wood, tar. Guess that's the closest we got. Okay, so I'm about to save because I will snap if this were to break in some way. Wow. Wow. Short 41,000 clay. I mean, they will get it, but they're short an awful lot of clay. Still, I only have to build 65 more buildings. According to my calculations here, yep. One of my calculations ever wrong. Jake, you just broke the heart of a dev lurking here, thinks this game is a masterpiece. Very few game devs think that their work is a masterpiece. mean, there's Phil Fish, and then there's most other people. Phew. And the sweet embrace of death would be pretty welcoming by this point. 3 more to go. Got anywhere cushy to pick 3 houses? Yes, cushy. It's probably a word. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's everything. Housing-wise, at least. We got businesses to finish off, though. I'm not even the mayor, so I can't build the other things. Which suddenly makes me go, oh. Here's a conundrum. And it's a conundrum I have a solution to. But I'm going to throw the question to you, the audience. It's like the bonus round. Let's take Novgorod as our beautiful example here. Let's ignore the fact that they've somehow broken the population limit here. I will build 610 houses. I will build 610 businesses. I'll build all the warehouses that I need. But I would still need approximately exactly 42 places to build chapels and the other thing, infirmaries. Since I won't be able to do that until I'm mayor, and we can assume that I will forget about the place and not become mayor here for quite some time, how do we ensure that I put down chapels and infirmaries? That's the question. What's the answer? Because for a population of 61,000, I'm going to need 21 chapels, 21 infirmaries. Jake, can't you fill those places with temporary businesses, i.e. something you wouldn't want to produce there? Yes, I could. But I'm a really tight git, so I'm going to do a more money-saving solution, which is fill it up with a really cheap and crappy thing. Also, beekeeper, go away. Other beekeeper, also go away. Mucking up my mathematics. What I will likely do is build the cheapest thing we have here, which is the square. I could do a small well, but I'm less keen on that. Squares kind of conserve the space pretty well. And then again, it's not like the businesses are overwhelmingly expensive. Could just build them and tear them down. I do not know how I'm going to maintain the stamina for building all 40 of these. By the time Novgorod is done, I will have completed 3 out of 40 of these. It's a huge undertaking. It's taken, this playthrough has already taken more time than the entire, what was it called again? Ryukyu World Conquest 3 Mountains. That thing took, I think, recording time 64 hours. Probably total playtime, including me sitting staring at the map. And oh god, all that clicking. Okay, yeah, that took a while. Good thing I did most of that at work. How long did that take? Not sure if I had auto clicker by then. I must have done. I probably would have just snapped if I didn't. Well, my utter dysfunctional memory aside, let's just say it took 100 hours. This thing has almost taken 100 hours. And we are not done. We are not done until we can sit back, hold spacebar, and otherwise do nothing to watch the trade flow. That is the ambition. It's good to have ambition. Or what was it I read today? Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Alright, we must be... Okay, no, we still have 108 to go. Doesn't feel like I have space for 108 here, actually. That's a lot of businesses and not a lot of space left for them. Unless it goes out pretty far here. Okay, it goes out really far. Thank God for that. That's the straight edge I'm looking for. Yeah, straight edges are extremely valuable when building new cities in Patrician 4. Never leave home without them. Of course, the AI will always find whatever bits you miss, like they did in Aehus. But when it's only a building or two, it's no big deal just to buy it up. Essentially tell the AI where to go. Go away. Wow, Novgorod really reaches out to the sea here. $45 to go. 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 29, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I lost count. Oh wait, I still got plenty more to go. What kind of counting was I doing? Probably some really crappy counting. Still, there are 30 to go. And I didn't have 45 to go, I had 55. Still looking a bit tight. 27, 26, 25, 4, 3, 2... What? Situation getting a little desperate here. I am out of space. And I am being told that my calculations were faulty. Unless there's some amazing area that I have not yet chewed up. And it's possible, like if these walls were to move in this way, and probably not here, but on this side, there's probably space here that could be utilized. But I'd still have to move here. I'm only 5 short. I'm confident that that would work out. Failing that, I could just demolish some warehouses. Have this place go on the bare minimum, which would also be okay. Jake, seriously? Only 64 hours for 3 mountains? How many hours is P4 at? I mean, I had 200 hours logged on Patrician 4 when I started this campaign. Now I have 293. But we can assume like maybe 10 hours of that is idling. Or me just staring at it. Jake, one thing I dislike about city builders is unrealistically important to waste no ounce of space and have everything as close as possible. In real city planning, space management and decent layout is important, but other factors are really important too. Well, yes, that's why I love Banished so much. Because, well, at least to me, it's all about making a beautiful city. And you can afford to have quite a bit of inefficiency because of the way the walkers work. I mean, they just scarper off doing willy-nilly. And then you get Caesar, which marries efficiency with beauty. Ah, boy. I love Caesar 3 so much. Okay, we're short an obscene amount of goods here. 56,000 wood, 56,000 clay, 28,000 wood. Fortunately, we have a splash in the ocean coming. 16k wood and 9,000. Oh, how many times do I get mixed up? I think forever is the answer. Regardless, here you go, Novgorod. I just made $1 million on that. $1 million ducats selling clay to Russians. I sold all that hemp. That is good. Harlem lack hemp, but what's more concerning is the severe lack of metal around here. Raw metal. Still, I am satisfied so long as I have tons of wood and clay. Jake, P4 has done its work. I'm now well tired and rested. Ideal to get some sleep. Well, good night. As for me, I'm satisfied that I somewhat finished Novgorod. I mean, it still needs to be built, sure, but doesn't it always? Let's keep that at 100%. I know there's nothing of the AIs to tear down, but I still really need them to do what I told them to. It just takes so long for them to actually make decisions here. And then there's Posen. 15th of June. I mean, I could save Scum getting a proper wall, but they just don't seem to want to do what I want them to do, and I don't even know what's causing that issue. It's not like I've built anything else out there. If I delete you, good, the road goes away. It's not like I desperately need you to have a better wall, but I would like you to. I can see the devs are constrained by not allowing too much slack to make it challenging, but it feels like city builder management games are more about solving a mathematical model by trial and error rather than actually managing and growing something. Banished was a bit brutal and random at times, wasn't it? No, not really. I found Banished pretty damn easy. If anything, it could have done with more challenge. But challenging me from a city builder is not the disasters. I hate disasters in city builders. Maybe that's just me being a filthy casual, though. Okay, so with Novgorod, Aarhus, and Haarlem done, the only other requirement on my things I really need is a lot of grain. But we have a lot of grain, which is good. Really, all there is to do is to mass up tons of wood and clay and make sure that everything's getting dispersed properly. Like anything that I build up in excess of here, I need to make sure is getting out there. But I'm certain the grain is flowing, because people would be immediately on my case if there was a lack of grain. Hemp really comes in, and I wonder about that. I mean, I wouldn't really say I am using my hemp. I mean, the hemp gets used for pelts. Pelts. Ripon is 100% pelts. Granted, their consumption of that is not. Their consumption of hemp is not very high. But is there some kind of problem with metal goods? Metal goods come in from 2 or 3 places. Let me check. Tools are Groningen, Malmö, Gothenburg and Flensburg. Particularly Malmö. I have plenty of iron, plenty of wood. So it gets out from there. Gothenburg, plenty of metal, plenty of wood. And I think the smithies are all working. I hope they're all working. Not really. Why? I mean, it's quite a bit more important than pitch. there's Flensburg. They got metal, they got wood, they got tools, and to be fair, the Gothenburg tools flow as well. So what's the problem? Maybe just I need a lot more tools. Thing is, I'm gonna have to boost the production and population and everything everywhere in one pretty fell sweep. All the more reason that I need a ton of building materials. I probably won't even settle for just Aarhus, Danzig, and Lübeck, and Kongsberg in particular. Kongsberg gives me obscene amounts of clay, Lübeck on the wood. So yeah, maybe I will work up Lübeck and Kongsberg next. As long as I have the clay and the cheese coming in, I can do that. I vaguely remember Banished having random disasters. They do. Poor harvests aren't so much disasters, it's just winter coming early. And I quite liked that. Winter early was a reasonable thing to work around because you could diversify your food income. So I mean, winter coming early is not going to ruin your foraging or your hunting or looking after your lambs and cows and chickens and all that. It will ruin you if you really rely on planting agriculture. Also, fishing laughs in the face of any uncertainty when it comes to food. Fishing is so good. I don't really like it much, but it's really good. Ah man, Banished is so good. Okay, I don't like Lübeck. I kind of preferred it when I starved all the Lübeckers half to death. But I cannot deny the fact that Werner Eisenhart is getting my way here. I cannot deny the fact that I need the wood from the Lübeck, because if I take one glance here, I go, oh, the wood is, well, it could be better. So yeah, I'm gonna have to build up Lübeck and Kongsberg. Lübeck is meant to give me 450 wood, Kongsberg 510 clay. And then I can really just let it sit in Rostock. I do not mind if Rostock is vastly over incurring storage costs. I mean, I look at this and I think, okay, our rent in addition is actually obscenely high. What are we storing here? Well, a lot of everything, really. Maybe I should have even more warehouses, considering I'm doing the big bulk up right now. Couldn't hurt, right? Rostock is meant to have, yes, a lot of grain, but also a ton of salt and cloth. So it's no big deal if I tear down my warehouses later on in favor of some more of those. Also, am I the mayor here? Why would I not be the mayor here? Have I ever been the mayor here? It's May next year, so it's ages away. In fact, it's almost a whole year away, so... A clever thing to do would be to jump from city to city, become mayor, and redesign the walls, so that I can push out the walls as far as possible. Not always possible because, well, they need to be actual Hanseatic cities for that. But a man can dream. Each of these only hold 2,000 things, so it really is a splash in the ocean, but it's a start, right? And like I said, I can demolish and replace with other buildings later on. Jake, it's not a problem if your pops only get the bare necessities, i.e. not getting beer or meat for a while. Yeah, I mean, it'll hurt prosperity a bit, but I have enough of everything. So, I mean, some places will go like, oh, I don't have fish for a while, or oh, I don't have honey. Well, whoop-de-doo. The main problem is my refined goods might take a hit, because let's take metal goods, which I need to produce pelts. I'm suddenly going to have a huge demand for metal goods in Aarhus, just because of their 10-day demands. They're not using it for anything, it's just the goods that they want. So every 10 days they're going to eat 471 of those. That's eating away from the metal goods that I want to be in a ripen for production of more pelts. So that's why it's kind of better for me to raise everywhere equally. But some are more equal than others, as I've said before. Grain, cheese, wood, brick. I need those, and I need tons of those. So yeah, Lübeck and Kungsberg are probably going to go pretty big. You're Kungsberg, right? Ooh, what a beautiful looking city. Probably cold as hell, but I love this. This reminds me of some of my days back home. Not sure how well you can be raising your wine grapes in... I think your grapes would be shivering, so to speak. Kungsberg could certainly give us that clay. Lübeck gives us that wood. That's a good idea. Snow in June, says Spasty Bestie. Oh, come on. Where's your imagination? Yeah, they are, however, lacking the goods that I need to be building more ships and more wagons, but that's okay. They're still all wealthy, even if they're short on stockfish. And I made this wall as big as it can be, to the point where even if I wanted to, I can't change it. You can't pull walls in at all. Okay, there is a lot to be done, but I'm going to call it from there today. Call it for there today. Still enjoying this in some strange way. I mean, I hate it, but I do it. It's kind of like gardening. No, it's less fun than gardening. It's a lot less fun than chopping wood. But at the very least, we can say that some of our cities, if we refer once again back to the good old spreadsheet here, Novgorod, I'm going to paint in green because it's, well, no, I'm painting it in yellow because it's pretty much done, but I need to return to it. The wall is not yet as good as it could be. The only ones that I can truly paint like that are the ones that I have become mayor in and pulled out. And that does count for everywhere that I made myself. Did I become mayor of Cologne? Must have done, it's a Hanseatic city. So I can get behind that. And then there's Aarhus, which is not just yellow. Aarhus we can do in green because Aarhus is done. I want to admire it for just a bit more. Look at that. Look at that production. 1,368 wood per day. And it's not even maxed out. Clay pit, 1,589 per day. Pitch coming in. Not very fast, granted, but still 100 a day. Now we need those for all the ships we want to build, but still. 100% infirmaries, 100% on wells, 100% on wherever they are, chapels. I'm sure they're there somewhere. There we go. And in addition to that, they are actually pretty poorly stocked. No cloth, no beer, no fish, no clothes. Not enough cheese. That's troubling. So yeah, if these guys starved, which they could if they ran out of cheese. Okay, but they have the meat as well. That's fine. Jake, the spreadsheet is in the way. Hush you, I'm trying to enjoy this. Oh, but you are right. We can drink this right in. People just drinking in the spreadsheet. Oh, as you should. Jake going full Arumba. No, this would make him curl his toes, my spreadsheeting here. Which reminds me, people have been asking me to upload the spreadsheet on the YouTube upload for this, so I should probably get around to that. I mean, why would I do that when I can appreciate Aarhus? It's a thing of beauty. I just wish you could zoom that bit further in. Why do games lock you out so much here? I think I can change that in the in the files. So I'm going to see if I can. Okay, well, this has been Patrician 4. We are not done. Like I said, we are just coming out of the mid game and entering the late game. I'm gonna it's gonna take hours. It could probably take me a full day from start to finish to do most of them. But I should slap down all my buildings everywhere. And then they can grow gradually. But the trouble now is managing to get everybody to upgrade their bloomin' ministers. I have a solution though. Of course I have a solution. I mean, I'm me, but still. Wait, quickly. Okay, this solution is going to take me some time. But time is what we're going to have over summer at the very least. So I need to crit the hay. For me for now, it's cheers and it's cheerio.